visitor center talk about anything yet?
We were talking about kids.
We were talking
Yeah.
just
Adulting and teenagers.
hiking.
How long do we have this?
May 1st is my last day.
So April's the last meeting. But she has some good news to share.
Oh yeah, we just closed on our house
Oh,
In Ohio and
in
Cincinnati?
Ohio.
Nice.
But I've never said it. It's fine. My husband's been there. I trust him.
Is he excited about it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
We're excited. It's a weird feeling.
Did you get an agenda sent out?
I was out with the flu last week, so.
The agenda, oh, it didn't get published, but I think I forgot to CC you guys. I apologize for it.
Can you send us a link maybe? I have the agenda I sent you, but other people might not have access to that.
Just trust in the guidance.
You can send that through now. All right, well, let's jump in, and would somebody be able to just text her and just assess if it's going to be done this today or not? I'm not sure, does Hillary have access to her stuff?
No, I don't know. I can messenger on Instagram.
That's great. Let me just start by running through the agenda items. We have, in addition to our approval of minutes and reporting individual assignments, we have some event planning to discuss. We want to talk about the March event, obviously. And then there are two things that came up that we didn't finish with last time, but I want to talk about agenda, which were priority planning for this year and getting an update on our operating model of resources on that. I was hoping that you could provide us with any additional insight you have about what the limits of our ability to recruit volunteers and have some committees, for example. And then I want to just confirm the budget process there. I think our priority planning is going to take a significant amount of time, so we need to tackle some of these things. Any updates from you in terms of?
I don't get this agenda sent out till I'll be on the next call.
Okay.
Gotta still trying to connect to the internet.
I also have on the agenda a call for award nominations because it's that much time this season. I would like to go and interview our ready for. You want to start with Arden?
Yeah. So we're planning on having the gardening with what you've got activity on Saturday, March 2nd. We've got the library media auditorium, which is in the basement of the North Wing. Yes. From 10 a.m. to noon. I'm not sure if Boston will want to go the full 2 hours, but we've got it reserved for the 2 hours.
When I walk in the library, where do I go?
Yeah, so when you walk in, you'll go past reference and just towards the children's books, and then you go down the stairs to the media. Like with DVDs, yeah, DVDs and books on, I was going to say books on tape, TV or whatever they got now. And then when you walk out from the stairwell, you're facing the media reference desk. You'll turn left, and there's it says above the doors auditorium. And it's got seating for maybe 30 or something like that. Boston, I sent her a picture of it. I went there and I took a picture and everything. Boston requested a table, because there's not a table in the room. I have a little card table, and asked her if that would be good enough. She said yes, so I'm gonna bring that. And she'll bring the seeds, seedlings, and the other sorts of supplies that she needs to work with. And she says that she's got what she needs.
We anticipate that she will leave it, and that she does not need any of our help, just for support.
I think I might like maybe introduce myself and our committee at the beginning and then turn it over to her. The one thing I am worried about,
It's March 2nd.
yeah, March 2nd. One thing I am worried about is on February 9th, I sent an email to Hillary in Boston, letting them know that we have that room.
Hi,
And
I'm very sorry.
Hey, Darren.
Hi.
and asking, so like in follow-up to what we discussed in our last meeting in January, could you two please start putting together the social media announcement to advertise and also some design a map so that you can maybe print flyers or poster, because I don't think anybody knows about this. And I haven't, and never heard anything back from Hillary. And Boston didn't ever respond to that particular part of the email. And so I don't know if they've been talking to each other. I don't know.
Should we just?
And I'm not on social media, so I don't know if something's already gone out. I don't know.
I haven't seen anything.
I've been waiting for some type of flyer or something. I could have created something that I didn't get
Yeah.
requests.
So
I think I asked.
Yeah,
for more information too, so I could make
Yeah.
something, but I didn't get that either.
So did you not get my response?
Maybe you did.
Yeah, so I wrote you back 4 days ago. I can send it again if that would be helpful. It was like a little paragraph.
I wouldn't have tried it, but, we'll see.
Okay.
But yeah.
But it's under gardening with what you've got. So it's the- And so, yeah, like even if we just have, like it doesn't even have to be fancy, just something that, says gardening with what
Let's
you've
start
got.
that now. I will try and get some from that.
And then
Next day.
is it possible, in addition to the social media, is it possible to put up like what's it called?
A-frame or
Like
something.
an A-frame sort of thing in the library when people walk in?
See what
Yeah, or just a stack of, I don't know. Because I know that they've done that with other events.
Where, aside from the city, which I think is how we advertise, right? Which Facebook groups and those should we be
There
represented?
are two primary Orem Facebook groups that are the most active. So we can post it there. I don't know if like the beautification commission has any like email lists that they use for contacts for people who are interested in gardening or anything like that.
Which we just sort of not have an email list. We should just, have an email list.
So Darren, didn't you put together an email list from our last activity?
Yes, I have one.
Do you want to send a little blurb to that group?
Yes, I'd be happy to.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
How many people are on that email list, Darren?
Boy, it's been a while since I looked. I'm gonna go with including the houses that I had. I'm gonna go with 40.
40-ish?
Yeah.
And possibly because Boston's coming from the review,
She will have for people.
there might be some
She might bring some students or
opportunity to kind of cross pollinate.
something.
With folks on her, on her list, because I know that she's got like she sends out a newsletter for the garden.
Oh.
So maybe there could be kind of a cross promotion for an event that she's teaching.
So I'm guessing, just thinking about our timeline, here, that something needs to go out by Friday. And then we need to have something else go out next week. So I think Friday gives us an 8 day notice, and then if we send something else out by Wednesday next week. So as a reminder.
So I'm
I guess we
sending-
need to verify that Austin is.
Yeah, so I mean, she says she's got everything to actually do the presentation. It's
We're not
just-
worried about it.
We're not worried about that. I'm just worried that we won't have an audience at this point.
So channels are, Darren sending a blurb out to our 40 people. Would you ask Boston to just let her, all her people know?
Yeah.
Do you have access to any, is there any place you would post it that you would not be able to post it?
Yeah, I can post it to like social media, like Orem-based social media groups.
Okay. And then we need to Instagram. That's what helped. So let's see if Hillary can do that. If she can't, do you have capacity call to put something together, or?
I can help too.
My strengths do not lie in graphic design. It would literally look like words.
Okay.
So, but I just sent everybody, and including Matt, I didn't have your email, Jim. The blurb that I wrote for Matt, which is just one paragraph. It says what it is, who's doing it, and where it is. Feel free to kind of like edit it as you see fit. So the blurb, I should have, did
Oh,
you
did
just
you-
get it?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I was like writing it. I can't do two things. at once. Yes, I get.
Okay,
I got it. Thank
Okay,
you.
good. If you have any questions, if I've forgotten anything, please let me know.
Are we doing refreshments at all?
I did not have any more questions.
I think it's okay.
I don't know if it would be allowed in that room.
Are we doing the seed swap as well? Is that?
I'm not sure if, I think she was just going to talk about using household supplies for gardening. She might bring a bunch of seeds for people, I'm not sure.
I'll send her a quick message and ask her if she would intend for that to be also.
I will plan to be there if I can. I have mixed feelings about starting from seed.
Hmm.
Because I spent so many hours spraying seeds that I wasn't sure if they're But I do have some experience with that. Okay. Anything else you want to talk about there? No. That's it. While we're on event planning, this is so Matt for the we're on number 3 of our agenda items. We also wanted to make sure we're clear on what our events are for spring, and we had talked previously about making sure that we had some kind of presence at Forum Fest, including trying out like that. Darren, anything you want to talk about with respect to Orem Fest or Bike Ballet at this point in the year?
Oh, No, how did we leave that? I'm sorry if you just said it, I couldn't hear you.
Um, Sarah, I just want to, the call for agenda item, Sarah just said that we should try to align on our plans for Orem Fest this year. We had talked about doing a days of bike valet, maybe on the Saturday, and perhaps having a booth using our, maybe we could show off our new booth materials at that point. Do you have any preferences or things you want to discuss there?
No,
Can you remind me when Orem Fest is scheduled? Is it on the city website?
I will say that we have a city council member right here who's also on the board.
Oh, you're on Orem Fest? Oh,
So,
you're the
Do
person
you know
that.
what it is?
I just had a meeting last week and I was out of the country.
What is that?
I think it's after St. Peter's.
June 3rd through 8th.
June 3rd through 8th. Okay. And so 8th is probably the day that we would want to invest in, right?
Yeah.
I think it would be lovely this year, since we've been talking about it for some time, to do something on that day. There'll be a lot of people. Maybe that could be our start of summer activity. Between March 2nd and June 8th. Does anyone have anything that they are proposing on the calendar?
Darren had a hike.
We had a hike, we'd moved to spring, right?
yeah, right. I think it'd be great time to just choose a day for that now, if you'd like.
That would be great. Saturday,
Yeah, I think that's probably best.
May,
May sounds lovely.
okay?
I mean, April's also nice. Uh, April can be very nice.
Is April 13th too early?
I don't think so.
That would spread out our events a little bit better if we could do an April 13th.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe April would spread things out a little better, and yeah, it's definitely starting to get green up there then, and I think I like that day a lot. That works for me personally, very nicely.
That works for me as well. Other community members have any feelings about that date?
I we have some sort of family event, but I'm not sure if this is something that I need to go to or if it's just for my use. So probably.
Darren, you were gonna have a guest speaker
Yes.
join us on the hike.
Yeah, that was, I think the idea, I still like our idea, if it's okay with everybody. The idea was to have a DWR person there who's responsible for helping manage the area, who can give us an orientation to what the land use purpose is and what they're trying to do to restore it, and take us, kind of guide us on a hike for an hour, hour and a half. I think people could feel free to turn back when they wish. I think that he could give a presentation at the start at Timp Park is the idea, and then we hike up into the wildlife management area and we learn about it, and he gives them further kind of guidance as we go, and then if people are shorter on time or unable to finish the hike, they could turn around whenever they like, I think, but they would have received the information that he provides at the first. That's my basic vision for the activity.
What time would you like to start?
Oh, um, weather is so variable that time of year. Maybe 10. What do you?
Pencil it on the calendar for 10. Would you check with your DWR contact and verify that date works?
Yes, I will, absolutely.
Okay, I'm supportive of that. That's exciting.
Yeah, okay, good.
Uh, is there anyone else that has an event, idea we want to go on the calendar? Stage?
I have an event that can be related to the committee, but it doesn't have to be a committee thing. That I've been trying to get in touch with Chris Shirky, who's putting together the spring cleanup. A couple of years ago, I did the free swap in conjunction with the spring cleanup, and so I'm hoping to do that again this spring cleanup season. So just the last time I talked to them, they hadn't selected like the location and the weeks for the. I mean, obviously the weeks are in the place somewhere, but anyway, so I haven't heard back on that. That will just be like another event that is also kind of related, but it doesn't have to be an NRC event. And that's like last time we did it, it was like probably third week in April, but
Okay.
it can be like whatever. I can just let you know if I'm able to coordinate that.
Yeah, and if we can support it in any way, advertise it.
Yeah, volunteers. Oh, sorry. Yeah, advertise.
Or volunteer. Yeah. I'd be interested in helping if I can.
I'll let you know if that works out.
Okay. I have one more thing that maybe just introduce for discussion with respect to events. I haven't got clarity on in my mind about this, but I would maybe some of you have information I don't have. I recently read Ben Goldfarb's book called Crossings, which is about road ecology. And it's kind of the state of the discipline of road ecology, which is how roads shape wildlife distribution patterns. We have a lot of roads, and it made me think that one of the public goods we could provide as a committee is to help map Orem wildlife. Because I don't think people think of wildlife in Orem in the same sense very often. But we have it. We have deer, we have birds.
The one time we had a bear.
We have bear.
And there was a cougar. There's a cougar today.
There was a cougar today?
Yeah. Someone saw it in
Really?
the neighbor's tree.
On a piece of Orem. It was in a tree.
What?
That
How
poor
far
cougar.
away?
300.
Really?
Yeah. I was sitting at my desk and from across the river, oh, someone saw a cougar.
Okay.
And I was like, oh.
This might be more interesting than I thought.
And we did have the bear.
I guess I have two questions. So one is there anyone at the city who would actually know patterns of Orem wildlife? I'm like, is there any way that this is tracked by anybody that we're not aware of? And then secondly, is there a way we could do an event that is maybe like a wildlife count or something at a particular point in the year? We are going out and figuring out what birds are in Orem on a particular day, what it would have to be a crowdsourced kind of thing that might require a lot of logistical.
Plug it into the birding community. There are a lot of birders.
So we can start with birding. I actually live on a road where people sometimes come and
You know about iNaturalist? It's an app that where people can record wildlife and all kinds of stuff. So there's quite a few records for Orem. So you can get an idea of the sorts of things people have been seeing and where they've been
Cool.
seeing.
them. Maybe we could plug into that community. So I'm thinking of maybe like a fallish kind of thing, where we have some kind of.
See, those are all would be all pictures.
Wild crabs. Okay. Yeah, I have used this before. So
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Maybe we can save this one until a little later, but I would love some event that is either chronicling or celebrating wildlife.
Mm-hmm. That'd be fun.
Just go down to raccoon. The other day.
Who won?
That raccoon is assessing which danger it was. And I just felt like it didn't give me enough credit. I'm just like, this guy is totally worthless. I don't need to hustle at all. No threat. Having that masculine energy.
Sorry, this one's hilarious because somebody at EBU in a science class posted their pictures from lab of a sponge, a sea sponge.
Oh, that's funny.
That really counts around.
Nah, not very. Yeah.
Okay. But that, if you have ideas, please let me know. But I will try to work on fleshing out that. The late summer or fall. That's okay. Okay. I'd like to turn to number 4 for a moment. Call for award nominations. Last year in our award discussion, there were a few candidates that we thought about that didn't make our final awards. One of them was that. Were there others that slipped my mind? Usually, Jen, we give one organizational award. We do it during our report to city council in the spring.
What are the awards based
They're based on one of two things, so either best practices in natural resources management or greatest improvements. So it could be a high energy consumption business that has turned itself into lots of great things. We have given awards to clean fuels. We've given awards to the Army Navy surplus store. We gave one to Hurstville, the recycling programs for recycling. Yeah, we also try to find them. I guess the purpose of today is I was just going to collect nominations between now and the next meeting. So do some investigative journalism.
I'm sending an email, sorry, I don't know if it's I'm sending an email to Kathy Lewis,
Oh, yeah.
Economic Development, and see if she might have some ideas.
Hey, Darren, I can't remember their names, but what was the name of the couple? They had one of the houses on the Xeriscape tour where they were an older couple and they've done the front yard and the backyard and you could walk around their house.
Yes, yes. I think you're talking about the Newells, maybe, I think was their name.
I think
Yeah.
that's right. I thought that what they've done with their yard is amazing.
Yeah,
I would
Yeah.
nominate them for a
Yeah.
citizenship award.
What's their full name, Darren? Do you recall?
I've interacted mostly with the lady of the house, as they used to say. Ariane is her name, Ariane. She's the most responsible for it.
Ariane Newell.
Yes, Newell.
Do you have a phone number or?
I do have a phone number for her. And this is a fabulous idea, Paul. Thank you for thinking of it. Shall I give it to you right now? Huh? Ready?
Well, since this is a publicly recorded meeting, just send it to me, right?
Okay, that seems better, right? Yeah, okay, very good. Yeah, happy to do that. I'll send it to you in an email right now, including the address of the house.
But you would be supportive of that as the.
Yes. Yes, she has worked so hard on that, and they are so welcoming of people to see it. And yeah, it's very impressive. And I think they've all done it, they've done it, mostly themselves.
Oh, that's great. How do you feel about you?
I think that there's a lot of things that UVU is doing that obviously really fits well with, I mean, they've been working on water conservation. It's mandated by the state, but they're doing it well. Making a concerted effort to transform some lawn areas, dysfunctional turf areas. I mean, obviously the history is geothermal energy from the 70s. The solar farm that's set to meet 92% of university's energy needs through renewable energy. So, some of the academic programs, the research opportunities that the students are engaged in local, like Utah Lake research. Just
Grit garden.
the Grit Garden. They did, like, some students worked with the city of Vineyard on a flora and fauna recognition trail kind of thing. So it's not perfect, but nobody is. But there are a lot of things that could definitely recommend them well. My only concern is there are 3 members of this committee who work at UVU, and so. Well, but I mean, I'm not saying that the answer is no, but we would have to be very thoughtful if we were to go down that road.
Yeah, and instead of doing the whole university, you could choose one.
Yeah, true.
Right, like we could do
True.
Grit Garden and have Boston
Right.
represent.
Or we could do
have
facilities.
Facilities, right?
Yeah.
That's probably the approach for something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would get to, and as a non-UVU employee, I'm happy to have that conversation, make that assessment. And to bring it to the committee. So I'm not terribly worried about that. But I do need to know who I should talk to.
So the Associate VP of Facilities and Planning is Frank Young. He's my direct supervisor.
Associate what?
Associate Vice President.
Facilities planning. Maybe, with your permission, I will, without deciding that we're going to keep it on. I'd like to talk to Frank to figure out what we're doing. See whatever, maybe bring something to next meeting. Are there other nominees that you've noticed over the last year that?
I don't know, does Mad Dog Cycling, do they still host like the Orem Bicycle Coalition meetings and do all that sort of stuff, Darren?
No, they hold those now. And the fact, well, the most recent one was in the city, somewhere there, city work chambers or something.
The Orem Bike Coalition was one of our potential nominees.
Yeah. That's an organization.
They're killing it these days. They're doing great
Yeah,
stuff.
they really upped their game.
Who's the best person there, Darren, to talk to?
Her name is Shauna, isn't that Shauna Meekum? Yeah, I think it's Shauna Meekum, yeah. She's fantastic. Yeah, I'm very impressed with what they're doing.
Yeah, she helped lead that bike tour that was one of our events last spring.
Remember this came up last year. I remember the political climate at the time was such where she had just been booted off of climate change.
Right.
For advocating stuff. So it maybe felt like a little bit of political statements.
Sure.
I don't know. Is there a sense that might change? I think us giving an award to Sean has the potential to be a focus. We also want to give it to the person who's doing great works.
Yeah, if she's just representing the whole group. So
Oh, yes, we just give it, we give it to the.
we give it to
coalition.
the coalition. and not
I think
necessarily
that,
her.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, but it's an idea.
Okay. I think I'm gonna talk to all of you. Anything else, put on my list before we move to the next item?
We want to come back to things that
Let's do that now.
Okay.
Any updates for us?
So one was the budget. I put in a formal budget request to increase the NRSC budget based upon the priorities listed that we've captured in my spreadsheet in January. Total about $2,500, 300 for the stewardship awards, 50 for the youth contest, 250 for t-shirts and other branded clothing, attire, for hats and whatever we can afford to budget out of that. Public outreach booth materials, 850. I think I increased the number from what you have based off what I know about the local cost. And, meeting and event supplies, 300. Like delay contract, like quote, managing the ballet, they have all the equipment. As well in the budget, so that's 2,500 total. I put that in as a budget request for operations, administration. So that's what's happened. Obviously, the administration finalizes their recommended budget by May 1st to clear the first meeting, the council meeting of May. So the other budget request specifically about bicycle racks, we'll put a separate budget request for that. Bicycle rack installation at various public facilities, or on public facilities specifically. I brought it from parks to include other buildings, so it's just parks and public facilities. That, I think, short installation is really pretty straightforward. It's something we probably could do in-house, or we could look at maybe it won't like Utah's volunteers to do it. So I just really budgeted for the racks, not installation. I think it's about 22 racks or something.
We do that now, so it's great.
Probably, yeah.
That's so great.
That would be awesome.
That is so great.
I mean, it's really a pretty straightforward installation. I could do it myself. I just don't know if that's the best use of my
We
time.
need to have-
my budgeted time. So I mean, I'm sure our parks department could do it.
We need to
Or we could look at
identify
again volunteers helping us with that.
So what's the process of identifying locations?
I mean, we have the inventory that Bike Utah did, and so I think it will see where we land on. Do we have a budget at all, and then start prioritizing from that. We haven't started work on walkability plans, like for certain areas, but like I'd probably focus on high demand locations first.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some parks that have lower utilization, probably budget those last. Haven't really thought about that. That's certainly take recommendations.
Yeah, would you be open to having a committee member or two be on that committee? I think we would be interested.
Committee for that input.
We would like. That's fantastic.
So those are, just put into the queue.
And
Formally,
the process is between now and May, stuff will happen.
between now and May, the administration is working on a proposed budget for the council to consider. So we'll see. I do X amount of dollars to divvy up amongst all general operations. And so we'll weigh this with all the other needs and see where it goes.
Thank you. I'm trying to do that.
The other item, any questions on it? The other item that you mentioned was committees. I've reviewed the code again. No, I didn't have a chance to review it last time. I was just speaking from the bit. There is a provision here. The committee may establish subcommittees to help carry out its responsibilities. So it is a little ambiguous about how that's appointed. I would say, unless there's some type of concern from our council member liaison, and then if we have a reason to communicate that concern to your colleagues on the council, I think it's probably enough latitude in that sort of broad statement for you to form your own committees, subcommittees. Doesn't say anything about mayor appointment or anything like that. It says specifically to help carry out your responsibilities. But I haven't reviewed that with my security executives.
Okay. I think that gives us latitude to try some stuff. We have city council oversight. I think for me, the purpose of those subcommittees would be to expand our volunteer network. Citizens who are invested in our success. To scale, that's what we're trying to do. Just to try to expand the number of hours. And number of people invested in that work.
My only hesitation is that if you are actually establishing subcommittees, you may want to have some sort of formal guidelines for the participation prepared. There is a concern again with subcommittees of official organ of the city. They become in some legal sense an extended agent of the city now. So we may want to have some basic training for them, say, here's the do's and don'ts for. Because sometimes I don't know who you're going to engage with, but sometimes we get a little zealous.
Yeah.
Say, hey, oh, I got a title now. I'm going to go off on this. Right.
Yeah.
So even though it's there, just my professional opinion is that very formally thought about some type of agreement with individuals. Just get it. So, just the idea. X, Y, and Z expectations and my authorities limited to do A, B, and C, and so forth.
That's the first time. Second time, I think like Marcus has subcommittees.
So they might have a process. I just hesitate. I think also for reasons would say that just occasionally and somebody gets a little overzealous and starts creating trouble. I'm not saying you'd appoint that person. It's just, that's just human nature.
So what's the action?
You're going to put
I can see how they do it.
I can follow up on that.
I think your concern is merited because I think there are people who may feel like it.
Well, even if it's not that, there's somebody up there, an accident, business, city liability, like those kinds of things.
Yeah, that's why. So again, I'm not against it. I just think we're gonna do it. There ought to be at least a one-page contract per se. Hey, here's my responsibilities on the committee, and here's what rules I'm gonna respect as far as participating with the city in a semi-formal capacity.
Okay. I can draft something up from my preferences, but would it be better to draft something up from the cities to start, or should I just?
You know, why don't you shoot me a few thoughts?
And then get your edits.
And I will check on Orange Fest subcommittees if they, and I'll run it by Steve Gleason too, or his team. We Jeremy Kins's.
So, I'm thinking of one individual I know who has some time on his hands and is really passionate about the stuff. So just, I would love to give of my time. We'll see what happens.
And I love the idea of citizens. Every opportunity to do that.
Okay, is that something we can do offline? Okay. I'm going to call it volunteer participation guidelines. So that people understand. That's great. Thank you. That's good news on both of those ones. Okay, we're running out of time. We haven't hit our discussion of 2024 priorities. If it's okay, I might just ask us to start with that next time.
Stop asking us to add things to the agenda.
But there is a little bit of time to do any individual assignment, stewardship reports. Do you have anything you wanted to chat with the committee about, Darren?
No, thank you. We're covering everything.
Paul, anything?
So we talked about my thing.
Sarah?
Yes, sometime this week, maybe tomorrow or Thursday, you all should be getting an email from my UVU email address. We're doing an email blast promotion for the Sustainability Summit. It's the third annual at UVU.
The
And
dates are
April 9th. And you were the one who brought up that it was Eid that day,
Oh,
or
Eid,
the
yeah.
9th or the 10th. I tried to.
it's the Eid is the 9th. Yeah, we anticipated that would not be a feature.
Right. So April 9th, at UVU, and we've got 4 different panels and a campus sustainability tour. Panels are government focused, business focused, Great Salt Lake, and a worldview / interfaith. So be on the lookout for
Yeah.
that event and register for the event.
And interfaith was the 4th. What was the 3rd? Great Salt Lake.
Great Salt Lake,
Salt Lake.
business, government.
Okay, and it's the same format as we did before.
Pretty much, yeah, yeah. So,
Are you two going to be on the
no,
No.
we're having different folks. But yeah, so if you're available, it's free to attend. We'll have some light lunch.
It's free, but you should register.
Yeah, we're asking people to register so that we can and communicate any like logistics for the event ahead of time. Yeah.
Oftentimes they like to just show up.
Yeah. Anything else?
I don't think so. I already mentioned spring.
One question for you, Sarah, was your intent around Earth Day this year? It's the 22nd.
I know we've done an Earth Day art contest this year. I have not gotten things together enough. I don't want to try to put something together in the time that we have. So I think we're gonna skip it this year. And some other distractions at the end of the year and the turn of the new year. which is when I would have wanted to kind of start laying things out and reach out to art teachers. And so it would not work out well to try to put something together. So,
Okay. We had a booth last year, but I haven't heard anything from
The kindness?
committee or anything about. You heard anything, Matt, about the Earth Day activity?
Was that
Yeah.
one that I did with you?
Yeah.
where the reptile
Ken
was
and
made?
Matthew
Yes.
was very involved with that in previous years, sort of being a city liaison to us. She's usually the one that would email me about opportunities or requests to participate. She's moved on, so I can reach out to see.
Community action.
Yeah, I can reach out to see what's going on with that. Her staff liaison.
but yeah, since you guys did a booth last year.
We do that again. I mean, we probably do better and better probably.
Yeah.
It was not the most entertaining booth we've ever had.
No, but I think we learned, we got some stuff from the Harvest Festival, right?
True, I
Those
looked at
worked
this-
really well.
Oh, the
Do
hike
the
is
same thing.
before. I was gonna say, we've
Yeah.
got an event, because that was the thing, we had something, an event to
Yeah,
promote.
it's
So, the hike
but we
is
could already start
before
promoting,
promoting
say, like.
Orem Fest, the
Orem
bike,
Fest,
bike ballet. Well, if we find out if we're gonna have the bike ballet,
Right.
but at the very least, we'll have a booth at Orem Fest.
I think this would be a great year to try.
The booth.
If we got the budget request, Matt, would we be able to get the tablecloth and banner and all that sort of stuff at Orem Fest, or would that be the year next year?
Well, because also a bike ballet would have to come from this current.
So
year's
Right.
budget.
that's for
If we were.
It's just-
technically next year's budget, so I'll have to
I don't see.
But I have a paper copy.
see if we can find money in other pockets.
We have the estimate we said. Hillary just sent a post for the government.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
So she was just silently working on it. I just hadn't heard anything back. I didn't. Oh, yeah, yeah. Gardening
Looks
is what
great.
you've got. Okay, Matt. Did you get this too? Because we could just print that out and put it on a page. I want to call it an A-frame, but that's the back of a ship that launches.
Sandwich
Oh.
board. That's what it
Well,
is.
that's okay.
It's also called an A-frame? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
because like, for me, that's an oceanographic research vessel thing.
That's probably not what most of us think.
Yeah, that's not common knowledge. So
No, okay.
Are we okay with the grammar on this? I think I am.
No,
It's very casual grammar.
It's neighbor talking.
yes, I have.
yeah, that was what,
I think that was the alliterative.
right, instead
Tool.
of you've got,
Instead of you've got,
uh-huh,
or what you have,
yeah,
starting with what you got. Okay, I'm okay.
yeah,
I have a daughter who's a linguistics major, and she is a big believer that there are limits.
Oh,
It's all
interesting.
about what people will understand.
mhm, communication is key.
Language.
It's okay. Your city council approves.
We can definitely, I mean, like, we can just use this. Great. The one thing it doesn't have is what room. in the library.
That's important.
Yes.
Right. Is the room number and info you said?
Yeah, it's just the media auditorium.
I can take that.
She sent it as a JPEG.
You could also email her back real quick and go, hey, could you add
Yeah.
the numbers?
It's the end of the day.
It's true.
Right.
I have room on here just to add it in.
You can do that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Give her a break, let her sleep. Oh, and
9 o'clock.
Just woke up. Yeah.
Let her get to
Sleep
work.
anyway.
Let her get to work. I can tackle it.
If you have access to your email, I'm okay with just set the minutes from last meeting. Our last item of business. Oh, Jen, I should ask you, do you have any? I would love, whenever we go around for individual stewardship reports, if you have business, feel free to. If you have any business.
I do today.
Matt, do you have any other business to do? Okay. If you take a look at the minutes from January 16th, it just came through email, very detailed. These are not, we don't have the recording links though. But you're going to have them.
Yeah, they were in process.
Okay. Man, we did a lot of stuff.
Oh, it was our 2 hour,
2 hour meeting.
2 hour retreat.
Thank you. For helping us out with that. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes. So move.
I'll second.
All those in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
Aye.
Minutes are approved. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Darren, do you wanna?
I so move. Sure.
I will second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It is unanimous. We are adjourned until March 19th. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Very good. Thank you. Sorry I couldn't be, I wasn't there in person. I just, thank you. Bye-bye.
Glad to have you. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Darren.